2020 992 Porsche 911 Carrera S Cabriolet with PDK transmission and aluminum body panels now has a wider rear bumper, pop-out handles, and LED headlights. This model has a 3.0-liter twin-turbocharged flat-six boxer engine that makes 444 horsepower and 391 pound-feet of torque. Its 0 to 60 time is 3.7 seconds, and its maximum top speed is 190 miles per hour. Fuel economy of this car is 23 miles per gallon highway and 18 around town. The color is agate gray metallic with a black exterior cabriolet roof. Its interior color is black and Mojave beige. This model has leather seats, heated steering wheel, lane change assist, power 14-way memory seats, the premium package, which includes adaptive cruise control, Bose surround, seat ventilation, traffic sign recognition, Porsche Dynamic Light System Plus, and comfort access. Another exciting feature for cabriolet enthusiasts is the newly integrated automatic windscreen. With just the push of a button, the top can lower, windows can lower, and a fully automatic windscreen will pop up. Hi everyone, this is Heidi. I'm super excited. I have the brand new 2020 992 911S and I'm going to take it for a drive. Prestige Imports in Lakewood, Colorado has given me this car to drive. We've been trying to get the car since October, and because of the weather I haven't been able to do a review for you until now. Now we have a beautiful day in December and I'm super excited to bring you on a drive with me and show you this car. It's a super exciting car. As you can see, it has all sorts of features, changes, body changes, rear end changes, and I'm super excited about showing you what's next. So it's not the base model, it is the S model, which I'm really super excited about. We do not have the option to be able to drive the manual. That's not out yet. So I do have the 8-speed PDK, which is phenomenal, and it will shift crazy fast for you. So you don't have to worry about shifting. It does have the paddle shifters so that you can go into manual paddle shifting mode. One of the things that is different about this car that is becoming more and more common is the fact that they are piping through the sound from the exhaust back into the cabin. So I get it when it's hybrid, but why would they be doing it with a car that's a turbocharged regular gasoline car? Why would they be doing that? This is a convertible and it's quiet. It's a very nice quiet ride. And so the more sound dampening that they put into these cars, the less you're going to be able to hear things like the exhaust from the outside. That's one of the ways that they've made this option to be able to pipe that sound into the cabin so that you can hear it. And when you put the sport mode on, you can hear it just went into sport mode. You can hear a little more growl from that exhaust. I think the car sounds awesome. This car is faster than my 996 Porsche Turbo with the X50. Ride is smooth. Ride feels very smooth. The seats seem really comfortable. But the one thing about this car versus all of the other cars is there is just now one actual gauge that's in the very center. I do like the touch screen. It senses when I'm going to touch something. I can look at the different car modes. I'm right now in the sport mode. I'll take it off. It'll go back to normal. You could hear the engine drop. A lot of gauges up here on the console. There's the climate control there, but you also have climate control over here. So we're gonna go up my favorite canyon. So now the car just sounds like it quit. It's gone into its energy conservation mode. It's very quiet. So as soon as I take my foot off of the brake, it's going to start the car again. Just feeling how it handles. Every time I get in this car and I get into a newer model, it feels very light. The car has a bit more of a mid-engine feel to it after just driving 2018 Boxster that I just took out. It still has the handling that you can expect from a 911. This car is very quiet right now. I feel very calm in the car. It would make a very good daily driver. I think it would keep you calm. I noticed that they have coffee holders and things like that, so if you did want to get Colorado, it would make more sense to get a C4S. We actually just put snow tires on our car and do fine with our rear-wheel drive cars. My turbo has all-wheel drive, but as you probably know, the front wheels don't always kick in right away. It has to be at 35 miles an hour, and I drive that car a bunch in the winter. So this car, it would make a very nice daily driver for somebody. It's got all of the modern features, sensors that'll let you know if somebody's too close or if you're tailgating somebody. You have the phone options on here. You can mute. If you get a phone call and you're listening to music, you can quickly mute by one of the buttons on the steering wheel. All that stuff is right there, so you do not have to take your eyes off the road. That's driving first and foremost, most important. And the more that you can keep your eyes focused on the road and not have to remove them to mess around, I think that's important. And I love that when I put my hand over here, that there's a sensor in the dash that says that my hand's over by there, and it actually, if it's sleeping, sort of a sleeping mode, that it wakes it up. I love that. So that sensor was me going over the yellow line and let me know that I was going over that. I have not had to brake once yet. Now, I'm not going super fast, but this car is just cornering and handling very nicely. I think Porsche really knows their dynamics when it comes to designing cars that go around corners nicely. Well, I know that some of you are probably wondering how I feel about driving this versus my daily driving Porsche Turbo with the X50 option. The fuel economy is going to be much better. This is a 3.0 liter engine. My Turbo is a 3.6 liter. So you're going to have much better fuel economy with this car. I'm currently in Sport. There's a wet mode too, but if I turn on the wet mode, it'll just turn right back off because the roads are dry right now. I'm so excited. I've been wanting to drive this car for so long. I'm so excited about it. I've heard so much about it. What do you guys think about the look of the car? Do you like the look? Leave your comments below. I'm curious on if you like the new look of the car. Does it look too much like a Panamera, maybe possibly the Taycan? Do you like the look of the light going all the way across the rear side? Do you like the rear haunches now? The rear haunches are going to be the same whether it's a turbo or whether it's just the base model 911. That makes it much easier for manufacturing, but if you like that crouchy, wide look of the 911 turbos or C4Ss, you're going to have that all the time. So it's going to make the handling better too. It's really a neat thing that Porsche has done, making all of the cars look the same like that. One other thing about this that I want to make sure I point out, since this is an 8-speed PDK, I virtually do not hear any kind of automatic sound at all, and it immediately engages when I step on the gas. It's just a ride. I don't really have to think about shifting. Now, obviously if you want to do the paddle shifters, they're available for you here. You can certainly put it into a manual mode. People that are racing may want to do that. The visibility out of the rear window does seem a little bit less than some of the other 911s that I have been in. So I can still see, and obviously there's a lot of other sensors and things that will help you detect if somebody's too close to you, following too close, or if you've got too close to somebody. So that's helpful. But yeah, the visibility out the rear window, not quite as good as some of the other ones. I really like the seats of this car. It's definitely a comfortable ride. I would take this car on a long trip. Definitely comfortable. The luggage compartment up front is quite cavernous. I put in a regular carry-on piece of luggage, and there was loads of room around it on either side. And I wanted to do that just because a lot of business travelers probably just have carry-ons. There's definitely room for like a carry-on in the front area, as well as, you know, emergency toolkit, grocery bags, or possibly even a duffel bag if you just want to do that. I'm really enjoying getting out and driving. Wintertime is just really hard to get out. You just want to stay inside, stay cozy, and I'm feeling nice and cozy. This car has heated seats that are quite powerful. I had it on earlier when I first picked up the car, and it got hot very quickly. And it has, you know, heaters that are separate, Jack and Jill heaters if you want to call them. It's wow, see, like I just turned the 30 seconds later, I can feel the heat coming through already on the heated seat. Franny calls them seated heats, which is true. They are seated in your seat as heaters. So, but they are heated seats, and they work quite nicely. And I'm actually going to turn mine down, probably just to the first setting. They always go on 3 right away, and there's 3 different settings. Well, there's actually 4 if you can consider the off position. There's 3 different temperature gauges for that. The heated steering wheel is nice. I'm going to put it back in sport mode again. It has that gurgly sports exhaust. I love that sound. I'm impressed with the 911S so far. This car puts a smile on my face, that's for sure. I still feel the comfort of a 911. I mean, when I get into this car, it still feels familiar to me. I don't feel like I am in a car that I don't know. And, oh, there's a deer. Deer, don't hit the deer. Deer in road. Kind of wandering deer, like, looks like he's lost. To remember that on my way back down. This car almost steers itself. Just the way it handles around corners is really great. Yeah, PDK to me doesn't feel like an automatic transmission at all. It's got a nice feel to it. Ah, the sun is shining. I could have asked for a better day to drive this car. Here we are in the Colorado mountains. Would I own this car? Absolutely. I love Porsches. I'm biased already. But why do I love Porsches? Well, I love it for a lot of the reasons that I said already. I love the fact that I can get into this car and I can feel comfortable knowing that it's a 911 and I know pretty much a lot of the features in this car and expectations and that sort of thing. This is a car that you could drive year after year after year. 55 years with the 911 line, and Porsche is always trying to improve. I'm so glad. It has a twin turbo flat 6 engine still, the Boxster engine. That just makes me very happy knowing that it's a flat 6. That's something about the 911 line. That gives me warm fuzzies. Love that sound. And I can't tell that it's turbocharged from the standpoint of any kind of turbo lag. I definitely think that my turbo has more turbo lag. This one just, it's pretty immediate. Wow. That was pretty fast. And I was not going fast. I'm being chilled. I just wanted to experience launch control. That was pretty fast. Different experience than, say, my turbo. Not bad, just different. I think one of the reasons, I mean, there's just some changes to this car. You can see that the handles on the side of the car are flat now. It's a little bit more like, I would say like Tesla. They don't really have any handles that stick out at all, so it's a little more aerodynamic. I wasn't quite sure what I would think of them, but they're fine. I mean, they're nice. I like it, and I like that we're going in this direction of making improvements and you know, just more modern, everything's aerodynamic now. They're thinking about all of these things. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. That was super fun. This car was definitely an experience, and it was certainly different than all the other 911s that I've ever driven. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to our channel so that you can hear about more upcoming car reviews. And I want to give a special thank you to Prestige Imports for getting me the car to bring this review to you, and also to our Patreon supporters who help make these videos possible. So in the meantime, thanks for being with me and safe travels. Bye.
Rolling.